another Keeping Up with the Klee Kai. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Today we are going to talk about my top 5 cons for the Alaskan Klee Kai. I know, yes, they have cons, things that they are bad at or maybe we don't like. It's really important for everybody to know what the good and the bad is before making a decision to even get an Alaskan Klee Kai. And so hopefully this is going to help you make a decision if in fact you are on the fence. Maybe you're thinking about adding a Klee Kai to your family. I mean, what's not to like? They're the most adorable things. They have such expression and personality, but it's not all good. So our very first one is shedding, of course. So that has to be a con. Even the people who love the Klee Kai, I know one thing we tolerate is the shedding. And we talk about the shedding a lot here, about how to groom them, how to deal with it, how much fur is it really, is it nonstop, is it all year long? And so the answer is, it is manageable if you guys put in the work. And what I mean by that is even when they're not shedding, not blowing that coat, you should brush them at least once a week. And the reason is, even though they may not be shedding or they don't look like they actually need to have brushings or grooming, if you constantly do that, even when they're not shedding, what's going to happen is you're going to constantly promote the growth of the new fur and slowly pull out any of the dead fur that maybe you don't even notice is coming out. So then when it is time for them to actually blow that undercoat, then it's going to be less because you're constantly removing any loose fur. Number 2. Can you say stubborn? Yeah, this breed is stubborn, pretty stubborn in fact, and sometimes it is quite annoying. So definitely a con. However, sometimes we like it when our dogs are kind of moody or have a mind of their own. And so a lot of times a stubborn breed is actually a pretty intelligent breed. And so they are not doing what they are being told to do because they think that if they don't listen to us, we are going to give in, which in fact half the time we do. And they learn from that and then they just decide they're not going to do it. They have a mind of their own. They feel like they know what they're doing and they don't want to listen to us and they don't want to go where we want them to go, like their crates or bedtime. And so they can be pretty stubborn. And so this is a con because if you guys are new to owning a dog in general, especially a northern breed, then you are going to struggle if you are not in charge. So you have to be the pack leader in this breed. They need to respect you and know who the boss is. And if you cannot be the pack leader, then they are going to walk all over you and you will have a stubborn dog forever. Now, if they respect you and if they are well trained to understand that I'm the boss, you're not the boss, I make the rules, you don't make the rules, it's less of a problem whenever you're dealing with this because eventually they're like, okay, and they come crawling over and give you those little sad puppy eyes and say, okay, I'm sorry, I know you're the boss kind of thing. So it's manageable, but only if you know how to deal with it from the very beginning. So when you get a puppy at 8 weeks old, you must be in charge from that day forward. And if you're not, I told you so. Our next one is a Velcro dog. And if you don't know what a Velcro dog is, just imagine 2 pieces of Velcro, one with the sticky back on you and one with the sticky back on your dog. And that means that this breed is attached to us. Like they want to be with us 24/7. They will be right under our feet when we're walking and we will trip over them. You've seen me every time I go into this little puppy room, they're just like magnets all over me and they want to be with us. Now I put this as a con, but I also feel like this is not necessarily a bad thing because the Alaskan Klee Kai are a companion breed. Right? They're meant to be with us. They want to be with us. That's what they're bred for. That's what we're supposed to do whenever you get a companion dog. But at the same time, if you are busy in that moment, or if you're in a hurry and you're tripping over them and they just want to go everywhere and you have a doctor's appointment and you can't take them, that gets a little frustrating. And so that's where you have to train your dog to be able to be alone and cope with having alone time. They don't have to have a lot of it, but they need some, so that way they don't have separation anxiety and they don't deal with all of the negative behaviors that come with being so attached to their owner. So it is a good and a bad thing, because we all have a life outside of our house and our dogs, and we need space sometimes. So keep that in mind. This breed, they want to be with you all of the time. Our next one is they're vocal. So this is a vocal breed. So they're pretty talkative. But in addition to talking and doing the RRs, you know, they can howl, they can scream, and they can be pretty loud and obnoxious. Some of them have a very high pitch. Some of them don't. I wouldn't say they are necessarily a yappy barker type of breed, but they are pretty vocal, and it can get really loud, especially if you got 2 or 3 or 10. So keep that in mind. A lot of things about that is amazing. Like, we all love whenever our dog is so super cute and RRs us and tells us about their day, but it can be quite a nuisance, and you can get complaints because your dog is super loud, especially if they're not used to being home alone, because they're Velcro dogs and we leave them home all day and they're crying and screaming and howling for no reason other than they're home alone. That can be a problem, but it's also amazing and so cute whenever you see them howling at the sirens or talking back at us and telling us how their day was. So they're just a very vocal breed. And number 5, so they can be a high energy breed. And that's a con for some of us, because some of us want a small, compact companion that can chill with us on the couch. And this breed can be that. However, they can be pretty high strung or have high energy. And so there's a compromise. They need exercise mentally and physically, and then they will be that amazing companion laying on the couch with you. But if they don't get the physical aspect and the mental aspect of it, then they're gonna drive you crazy doing the zoomies, running around in circles. They need to release this energy. And so keep that in mind, that if you don't release this energy and you don't challenge this breed, then you are going to have a breed that is getting into trouble, getting into things, digging holes, being a bad puppy or being a bad adult dog even. And so just keep that in mind, that if you are not active and you're looking for an 8-week-old puppy that's going to just be a couch potato forever, probably not the best breed for you, because they need that mentally and physically. I feel like it's super important to explain to people what some of the cons are in this breed, because anybody who's looking for a puppy in general, any puppy, you know, if you come across the Alaskan Klee Kai on social media or YouTube or just from browsing, and you see this adorable dog, or you watch everybody's Instagram stories and you see this amazing cute thing, you want it. But we don't always do the research necessary before we make these decisions. And so I feel like we have to do our part as a breeder to inform everybody of the good and the bad. And that way you guys can be as prepared as possible, right? You know what you're getting yourself into, and you can make the right decision for you and your family, because this breed isn't for everybody, just like German Shepherds aren't for everybody. But there's a lot of good that is in this breed. You know, we're gonna talk about that more in the coming weeks, but it's not all bad. There's a lot of good. And so I just want everyone to know that. But I also want everyone to know I'm not against the Klee Kai, obviously. I'm for it, but just want you guys to be as informed as possible.
Hi babies! If you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor and consider subscribing to our channel so that you don't miss out on any future videos that we post. And if you want to watch more videos like this video, you can check out the video over here. Until next time, bye!